Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you do not know me, I am Danielle. I am a life coach. I am an event planner. There are so many things that I do, okay? And I hope you do too, because we too awesome to sit around and not be great, okay? We're too awesome for that. So, now, today we have another angel message, but before we do, let me give you a little update about what's been going on, okay? So it's been like 2 weeks since I've posted a video. Like I have not been able to post. When I try to edit my videos, the sound is completely gone, guys. Like I don't know what's been going on with it, but I re-recorded and everything. And then guess what happened? My computer broke. Like it literally broke. The back part of the computer, the actual screen literally just fell off. Like it cracked and broke. Okay. So the screen, it doesn't even come on anymore, right? So I'm using an old computer, which is very, very slow. So until I get a new one, bear with me, all right? Now, other than that, we've had so much stuff going on in our family. We've been busy. You know, we've had a passing in our family, which is very precious to us. And, it's just been a lot. When I say Mercury retrograde came through, Mercury retrograde came through. And I mean to the fullest effect, okay? Now, everything is fine. I will get back to recording more often. Some of the videos might not be as edited because I refuse to waste hours on top of hours on trying to edit and then it still not come out right, okay? So bear with me, guys, okay? Now, elevators, listen. Today, I am going to open this book to the number that we need to hear because I've been seeing a lot of yellow butterflies, okay? And like I said, we had a passing in our family, so I think it's just my notification that they're okay. And it just means so much to me, but it sparks that feeling of peace and knowing that everything is okay. And I want you to understand that you are guided and protected, okay? So no matter what you're going through, you are guided and protected. And that guidance and protection has to come from self-belief as well, okay? It has to come from you. And here's the thing. It's good to believe that, you have forces outside of you that are greater, that are helping you. But you have to believe that your intention, your feeling of that internal safety has to be there, okay? That it is strong and it is a stronghold and nothing can penetrate it. You have to actually put yourself in that position, okay? So today, I thought that we should do this angel message, okay? Now, I'm just going to open this book. And when I open this book, I'm just going to turn to the page and whatever number that is there, that is the message for us, okay? That is going to be the message for us. So, are you ready? All right. Let's see. It's the page. I think I should just do it like this. And wherever I stop, it's just... 418. Okay? 418 states, your angels are guiding you to see that your pathway has been a powerful teacher, and previous lessons have messages for you now. This, okay? Look at that. 418. Right? That's interesting. That's very interesting, guys. So when we're going through situations and we're going through things, we don't, oftentimes, a lot of us, we don't look back. We don't take that time to like step back and look at what it taught us and where we should be moving. It only becomes that way when we're in a traumatic kind of energy or some kind of energy that made you upset or mad or sad or something like that, right? But your guiding angels are telling you that your pathway has been a powerful teacher. So, what have you been through? What have you been through that has taught you a deep lesson? Okay. And we want to think about this in the most beautifulest ways that can guide you in your future. Like, I get it. I understand. People, they do you wrong, they do you dirty. You learn not to deal with certain type of people or energies, right? However, when I'm asking this question, I'm talking about personally from a soul level. What have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about your situation, your status, where you want to be? Okay. A lot of the times we wait until we down in the dirt to try to figure these things out. But at the same time, guys, like, it is so important to understand that these messages are not by chance. Like, this is not by chance. I randomly turned to this, okay? Randomly. You guys watch me randomly turn to this. But that is such a beautiful and powerful message, because at the end of the day, we're always on this cycle, right? And this cycle is one that we continuously are on when we don't understand things, when we don't apply the lessons that we have been taught, the lessons that should have made us feel something, that should have made us shift, that should have made us go down a different path. Sometimes we choose not to see them. We literally choose not to see them. So by us choosing not to see them, it leaves us on this cycle where we're constantly going through the same thing over and over. It's like we're bumping our heads and don't understand why we're bumping our heads. But at the same time, we're just hoping and wishing and praying. But what if you could literally just sit back and say, you know what? Let me do a review real quick. Let me write down every lesson I've learned from these things that really hurt me, bothered me, changed me, made me want more for life. Like, what if you really sit down and write down every lesson that you've learned and read over them? What if you really just sit down and read over them and then make conscious decisions just based on the lessons and the things that you desire? Find the correlation in between them. Because me personally, I tell everyone the story about when all heck broke loose, right? When you're trying to manifest money, when you're trying to build a new home, when you're trying to do all these things, like, things come in. It's like that chapter skip test. Like, are you going to pass that test if this opportunity comes back? Because it's definitely an opportunity, not more than a hindrance. It's an opportunity for you to tell the universe or show source, God, whatever you believe in, whatever you choose to call God, like, have you learned this lesson? What you've learned, okay? Because we're here on this earth to elevate. This is like school, okay? And if you watch some of my earlier videos, I talked a lot about that. Like, this is literally school. We're not meant to be here sad, depressed, drugged out. We're not meant to be, over sexualized. We're not meant to be in any of these categories that we place ourselves in. We are supposed to be here to enjoy, to live, to love, to experience, most importantly, right? And you have to be mindful of that, because whatever your mind is constantly thinking in your subconscious, which is like your memory bank for your cells, okay? So it's like it literally wants to protect you. That's how I like to think about it. I like to think about my subconscious wanting to protect me. So when you have like unconscious fears and things that come up, guess what's happening? It has recorded every little incident, every little time, every little thing. And it is like, as soon as you hit that button, like, oh yeah, that thing, the memory comes up. Okay. Why is that? It comes up because now it's time for you to see what needs to be done within yourself and remove it, okay? It's time for you to record something new in that memory bank. That memory bank is important and crucial to who you are, because a lot of the experience that we go through make us who we are, okay? You wouldn't know that you wanted millions of dollars if you've never been broke, okay? You wouldn't know that, you live a good life if you never had to stay in project housing, if you never had to have a house full of bugs. You wouldn't understand if you never really had to live a certain way. But That's not to say that if you live a decent life that you can't want to be wealthy, because that's absolutely not true. But what I'm saying is it hits harder for those who struggled the most, okay? So, and it could come from a place of feeling of lack. So be mindful of that, because most of the time when we're going through things, sometimes we don't really realize that we can be in a lack of friendship, or a lack of understanding, or a lack of love, and a lack of peace, or a lack of health. We have lack in different departments in our life, but you have to be the one to sit there and say, hey, let me go over the things that I'm not happy with. I know that if I'm not happy with my body, if I'm not happy with how my body feels when I eat meat, I know that I need to shift. I need to switch. I need to change something up because my body doesn't like meat. Okay? So even when we're in that state, like, we have to make conscious decisions. Okay. Now, how would I know? Like, if I'm in a situation where I just kind of feel like, okay, well, my body don't like meat. What tells me my body don't like meat? Okay. It's everything. Like the way my body feel. I feel sluggish. I feel tired. I'm always bloated. My legs are swelling. Like, it's just certain things that happen when I'm eating meat. When I'm not eating meat, what does that tell me? Like, I feel full of energy. I feel lighter. I feel cleaner. Like, it's just a feeling of, it's a feel good feeling that comes over me when I'm just eating everything that's not meat. Okay. And now that doesn't mean that you should stop eating meat. I'm just saying this from my perspective. Like, I know that my body doesn't typically like meat, okay? This could be for any situation that you have been in. If you know that you don't like a certain job, it might be time to find a different job, okay? Like, it can go so many ways because this message has so many different directions that it can go to. But what does that feel like for you, okay? That was just an example. But we are out here living these lives day to day. And some of us are content with being where we are. We want to change. We don't take the action to change. And that's crucial in every department of your life, in every area, okay? So when we are in that space where we know that we're supposed to change, we know we're not supposed to be hanging out with this person. Last time you hung out with that person, this happened. The last time you did this, that happened. The last time you ate that food, this happened. Like, there are certain lessons that are meant to be heard. Like, you are to feel it, you are to review it, you are to understand it and know it and move accordingly. You have to move accordingly, okay? Otherwise, you're going to be on this cycle. You're going to be on the cycle. You're going to be constantly doing the same thing. Oh, okay. And then get back to this point, and it's like, oh, I knew I should have listened to myself. Oh, okay. Oh, this is frustrating. Like, because that's the cycle that we go on. We literally constantly go on this wheel. Like, even with foods, like I said, with me, I love me some chicken wings, okay? I love me some chicken wings, especially garlic pepper chicken wings. I love me some chicken wings. But I know that when I eat that, it's going to taste good. But I don't actually like the taste of the meat. I like the seasoning more. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many things that come with it for me. Like, I don't like the actual taste of the chicken. I like the chicken being fried with the sauce on it, okay? So it's like I have to find different ways to incorporate that instead of actually eating the meat, because it hurts my body. It makes me feel icky, okay? So what is that for you? Like, have you sat down and said, okay, listen, this is what it is and this is what it ain't, okay? Because we have to go there. We have to be honest and open with ourselves to the point where we're like, hey, I don't agree with this anymore. This isn't in my field anymore, but now it's time to shift. It's time for me to move on. It's time for me to get out of this energy, because you can only go up, right? From where you are right now, you have to look at it from a mentality that you can only go up. You can only rise. Like, so if you're where you are now and you've done the review on yourself, if you just sit back and think about it, you thought about it, and you're reviewing the things, wherever area in your life this is happening in, or whatever needs to shift in, think about it. What has changed for you since you have stopped or not ignored the issue, right? So we have to think about it being like we are being more confident. We have to think about it being like we are strong in willpower. We have to think about it like we are determined to be in our highest self, our highest state. A lot of the times it just seems like we constantly are on this cycle, but a lot of the things that we do is because other people are doing. Like, I know my household eats meat. I don't want to eat meat. So if I'm not eating meat, it's like, what am I going to eat when they're eating all this food? Even though it smells good, it looks good, all that stuff, but I know it doesn't work well for my body, so I can't eat a lot of it, okay? So it's just like, what does that feel like to you? Are you constantly in that state where even if you're around the people, can you hold yourself? Huh? Can you like really hold yourself? Like, can you hold yourself down enough to know like, hey, I won't go back to that person. I won't become that thing that I used to be. Hey, I won't allow these people to take my energy. Hey, I won't allow this situation to break me. Where are you on this line, okay? Because it's important that we understand that everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. Every single thing is a lesson. So you need to be able to walk confidently knowing that your angels and guides, even though they're external, they're outside of you, they have your back. But at the same time, understanding and knowing that you have your back. Okay? Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, like financially. Okay? You do your best in everything as much as possible. And even when your best isn't enough, you have to be able to stand strong and firm and confirm that you have learned from being in that state of, not being confident enough to know that everything is going to work out, okay? Yeah, sometimes stuff gets sketchy. And you might be sitting up there thinking like, hey, like, I don't know how I'm finna get through this. What am I supposed to do? Like, any of that. But hold strong to the ideal and the belief that you can get through anything. You can be anything. I don't care if you're just going back to school after being out of school for 30 years. That doesn't matter. What matters is what you're being guided to do. If you're being guided to go back to school to do something that you would absolutely love to experience, then that is meant for you. It is no longer time to be in that state where we are afraid and lacking and keeping that mentality. I don't care if the money ain't showed up yet. Okay? I don't care if the money ain't showed up yet. It's coming. It's yours. It's always been yours. That's why you desire it. And that's why it's important for you to understand that your angels and your guides are telling you that your pathway has been a powerful teacher. Okay? You have been taught so many things. Are you applying them? Okay? Because sometimes we fall short and we know the truth. We know it. Like, you know it. I know it. We all know it. We all fall short sometimes. But are you holding on? Are you holding on to that strength, to that power? Are you holding on to what you've learned, what you've been having the ability to do? Are you using your gifts to help lift up and raise somebody else? That's so important, okay? You want to give back to the community. Sometimes giving back to the community doesn't mean giving people money. It doesn't mean always being able to be, at somebody else's will when they need you, okay? Sometimes it's just you giving them inspiring words, motivational words, and that can help spark something in them that cuts on that light switch, and now they can shift, okay? So you may be a beacon for somebody else. So look back and look and see what the previous messages have told you. What makes you feel good? Because those are messages too. Those are your indicators. Those are your indicators on how to move in life, okay? If I know me telling people like, hey, you're going to make it. You're going to do well. You're wealthy. You're going to be healed. Oh, don't worry about it. You're already healed. Oh, if If I am in that state and that makes me feel good, why would I do the opposite? Why would I do the opposite? Like it's literally one of those things where we have to make a conscious decision in everything that we do. Even the foods you eat, you have to make that conscious decision, right? That conscious decision can help you accomplish so many things in your life, and it's not even something that you have to work hard for. And sometimes we are going to have to work hard, so I don't want to just say it like it's not something you got to work hard for, because we understand what hard work means. But sometimes when you're on that journey and you're on the right path, it don't always feel as treacherous as we think that it will be. Okay? Because sometimes we get through a lot of things without having to go through the fire, shall I say. Okay? Sometimes things look tough, but as we're going through them, it's easier. It just feels easier. It felt like something like, yeah, I didn't want to go through that. Yeah, I didn't feel like I wanted to go through that, but I got through it. Why did you get through it? Because you had the strength and the willpower to do so, to accomplish whatever goal or life experience that you were supposed to experience with that particular thing, right? So it's also important that we don't take on other people's burdens, because that's a lesson. That's a lesson in itself, right? We don't take on other people's burdens. We kind of stay in our lane, and we can help people up, but we stay in our lane. All right. The other thing is I want you guys to think about is not judgment, not judging people, not being in a judgment state, because it is important. Like when you start speaking down about these people, when you start judging them, what are you doing? Do you think about that? Like, do you think about that? Like, you're literally adding to the thing that you say that you don't like about that person. You're literally sending it out to the universe to say, yeah, let's co-sign this. What you should do is speak positively about yourself, about your finances, about your wealth, about other people, okay? No matter what, like even if you gotta hold your tongue. If you just have a moment where you just gotta get it out, say what you need to say, and then go back, finish it off with something like, yeah, that person, they not doing so well because they don't want to do well and they not trying and XYZ, but I pray, I hope that God gives them the strength, the energy, the power to endow them, to get them through whatever they're going through mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, as well as financially. Speak life. Okay? Speak life. No matter what, speak life. Speak life over yourself. Speak life over them. If that is, I'm telling you, that is a lesson there. I had to learn this the hard way, okay? And not only that, but when you speak life over other people, guess what happens? You brighten up your light. You brighten your light because you're speaking life on them, which means you are helping them heal. You are sending that energy out to the universe. That energy going out to the universe can also help you heal. Because now you no longer have to walk around thinking these negative thoughts about these people. You no longer have to walk around thinking about the aggravation that it caused you when they wasn't walking in their highest light. Trust me, I get it. I've been there, done that. There are people in my life that I wish would do better, who cared about themselves more, who loved themselves more, who showed themselves grace, who actually got out there and worked towards the things that they wanted. But sometimes their path is their path. So you can't force them to see their light. You can't force them to go. They have to go through that fire themselves, okay? They have to do it themselves, all right? So, guys, in order not to make this video too long, understand that no matter where you are, look back at what you have been through in your life and feel good and amazing about that. Because if you came out of some things, like I know you have, I know that you have went through a lot, and I know that you are on that path to continuously elevating because you're watching this video, for one. You're watching this video for one. So it's already written in the stars. You've already elevating. You're already constantly getting higher and higher in your consciousness, higher and higher in your finances, higher and higher in every department in your life, right? So, guys, it's really important before we get off this video, I want you to say to yourself that I am worthy. I am the light. I am peace. I am love. I am the money. I am the multimillionaire. I am the winner. I am the creator. I am the love. I am purity. I am divine. I am beautiful or handsome. Okay? Your soul means so much to this world. You are important, okay? You are divinely important to this earth, to the soul's collective. So give yourself grace, okay? Say it. I will give myself grace, all right? But make sure you're working at your dreams and going after them fiercely, okay? So until next time, guys, I bid you adieu. See you later.